LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. Such an iconic game, that is why I go back and play this game so often. And that's why me and my friend Austin have been streaming through this game for the past year. Today, we take another step towards completion as we tackle The Empire Strikes Back. If you want to watch live whenever the last episode comes out, make sure you go follow us at twitch.tv/CUDad116. You can also follow my Instagram page for clips and other announcements. Now usually, this is the point in time where we get started with our adventure. However, before we continue with the video, I wanted to take some time to highlight the efforts of a friend of mine. For the past couple years, Fordfilmsmedia has been hard at work on an animated vignette inspired by Matt Reeves' Batman movies. A Story of the Batman is an animated motion comic written by Joshua Ford, with sketches and inks by Jackson Durr and coloring by Kai Richardson. This free motion comic is set to have full voice acting, an original story, and even a completely original soundtrack too. And hey, I even cameo in it. There's your incentive to go watch it. But in all seriousness, I could not be more proud of my friends over at Ford Films. Speaking from experience, I have seen numerous projects like this, be it fan films or animated shorts, start up and then go nowhere. And what has impressed me the most with this particular project is how the writers and directors have spent years bringing this to fruition, and now have a firm release date of November 29th later this year. It's going to be something special. So much time and effort has gone into this project, and if you're interested in checking it out, then please go follow Fordfilmsmedia here on YouTube or on Instagram to stay updated on the project. I've included links in the description if you're interested in checking this out. And hey, don't keep the Batman waiting.
Can I go ahead and join now?
Yeah, I'll let you join in just a minute. I'm finishing up a custom character at the moment. I'll be with you in a second. Oh yeah, everyone loves space politics, man.
Absolutely. Let's see this custom character. I want to see this, man. No. What?
This is, the game would not let me spell the word ketamine. Apparently there were still things that you couldn't get away with in 2007.
Come on, LEGO Star Wars. Let him cook. What is this? This is just Yoda with like a blank slate outfit and a gun?
Blank slate? My brother in Christ, he's naked. Or I tried to make it, I mean, the closest to Yoda flesh tone, which is like a jaundiced green.
You need to give him like tidy whities and a shirt. That way he can be like Yoda Walter White in that one scene. I don't want Jesse. Cook we must.
I hate how the Stormtrooper belt perfectly makes a set of underwear.
We definitely need to stream a level with free play characters now.
But yeah, maybe we'll do an extra one where we do like some free play levels, and then all the or maybe just the bonus levels that are in here.
That could be really cool.
But it could be really cool, but the bonus levels that are in there are also the original gunship cavalry and the original pod race level.
Ooh.
You want to watch a grown man cry on stream? Just play the original gunship cavalry.
Honestly.
But we don't have to play any of those levels today. All we have to deal with is Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Largely considered the greatest movie, largely considered by me one of the worst, series of levels in this game. But that also spans anything and everything in the original trilogy whenever it comes to LEGO Star Wars. For some reason, I do not like the second half of this game.
What about the Cloud City levels? Do you like those at all?
Well, I actually do like the Cloud City levels.
Okay.
But mainly because of Lando, and Cloud City's one of my favorite locations. Okay, fine. You found something redeeming about these. Let's go ahead and get started with
I sense
Hoth.
the good in you.
You're not about to sense it for much longer. And then Albino Cookie Monster showed up and knocked Luke out.
Right.
Were you ever scared of the Wampa as a kid?
You know what? Funny enough, no. It never really bugged me. I thought he was just kind of interesting looking, but then again,
I don't know, I found it really disarming.
I see what you did there. That's funny.
Yeah, I was only setting up the joke.
Oh man, they cut out the whole thing about having to be inside the not the Wampa, but the Tauntaun. I was ready to do my Total Drama Island camp counselor voice and be like, alright campers, for this round, you have to get inside the Wampa to avoid freezing to death.
So one of you contacted Ben Kenobi telling him to go to Dagobah. Not cool, dudes.
Man.
Oh, right, I forgot this is one we gotta drag bombs. Let's go back.
Oh,
Also, hold on a minute. Look at this arrow.
Yeah.
Like, I know I've heard of people, like, peeing their name in the sand, but, like, who put the giant red X pointing to the boarded-off cave? The Empire learned their lesson. You saw what happened when we left that exhaust port uncovered.
Right.
We're not making that mistake again.
Dude, it's an entire space station the size of a moon, and the exhaust port is, like, the size of, like, you know, like 3-4 feet, something like that. I'm like, that is actually, like, a monumental achievement. Am I exaggerating this, or what? I don't know.
No, you're not exaggerating. All I have to say is, number one, the Force. Number two, which is also applicable here,
Right.
probably a whole lot of thermite.
But I just feel like in the Star Wars fandom, we kind of, like, give them crap a little bit. They're like, oh, you just left an exhaust port that goes right to the main reactor? It's like, dude, it's the size of a moon, and this guy condensed it down to, like, 3 feet. Like, give the man some credit. Especially since the next version, it was like, yeah, you can just fit a whole ship in there.
Well, that's what, again, I mean, like, they made Rogue One specifically to address that plot hole, in the same way that they made Metal Gear Solid 5 to address the whole plot hole in the original Metal Gear game, killing
Right.
Big Boss. Okay, we talked about Metal Gear. I need to see if I can go the rest of the video without referencing it.
Right.
Spoiler alert,
crap,
it
I
will
didn't
not happen.
realize you could do that.
Yeah.
Holy
You've
cow.
never done that?
No, this is a first for me. That is, like, blowing my mind right there.
This game came out like 15 years ago. You didn't know you could destroy the
Dude,
the
never.
dudes with the bomb?
No, I had literally never heard of this happening at all. This is, like, you know, blowing my mind.
I'm 95% sure it's required to be the level, at least this section. Well, anyways, it's like tying your shoes. See, first, the rabbit goes around the tree about 6 or 7 times. Then the rabbit gets some high-grade explosives and brings it back to the tree.
Right.
Am I the only one who sees, like, the little scout droids hanging out on the hill up here?
Yeah, I was
Just
trying
watching?
to kind of go up there and get them, but
Hey man, I'm not getting involved in this.
disturbingly.
The best thing you can do, like, yo-yo tricks with these. See, like, I call this one's like walking the dog. All right, I call this one like around the world. I can cut.
Oh no.
I call this one. Oh, get it back, get it back. All right, now this one. I call this trick screaming into my microphone because I can't carry this freaking bomb. It's like carrying a toddler on one of those parent leashes. Okay, all right, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Just kidding. They put Gorbachev in a Pizza Hut commercial. We 100% won the Cold War.
Absolutely.
They opened a McDonald's in Phnom Penh. We won Vietnam. I don't care what they say.
Well, who really won? America or capitalism? My money's on capitalism. Literally.
Can it really be called a victory? If you're on the side of capitalism, yeah. Considering we're like busting our balls over here to try and get a true Jedi, I think we know whose side we're on.
We're all about that free enterprise, baby. Give me the money.
But if that's the case, then that means that the rebellion is just like our Colombian death squad we hired to protect.
Yeah,
protect
exactly.
our banana
Capitalism,
industry.
baby. Let's go.
How many times have we said capitalism in the past 5 minutes?
Okay, Star Wars debate time. Do you call them AT-ATs or AT-ATs? I feel like everyone's got an opinion on this one.
What's your opinion? What do you
AT-AT.
say?
That's what I call them, because if someone calls them an AT-AT, I don't know, there's something that inside me that I'm just like, no, like, you need to correct that, like, right now. Like, funny enough, like, a lot of people, theirs is like, oh, which way do you, like, you know, put together the Lego lightsaber thing? And I really couldn't care less which way you do that, but if you say AT-AT, I'm gonna, like, I'm not trying to judge you, but I'm gonna judge you.
I prefer saying AT-AT.
Right.
But at the same time, I have used AT-AT as shorthand in certain situations, and I'm not, it doesn't bother me as much anymore. However, we might want to go back and talk about that lightsaber thing. That's where the real issue lies.
Right.
Yeah, going back to what you said about the sense of scale, like, look at the size of this bomb we're rolling around compared to the soldiers on the ground.
Yeah, freaking Oppenheimer wishes he had a bomb like this.
I do not know with what weapons the World War III will be fought with, but I know that World War IV will be fought with Lego sticks.
This was such a cool scene in the movie.
It was. This scene was ruined for me by Robot Chicken.
Really?
Have you seen the clip?
I don't think I have seen this one.
So it's Luke cuts the hole, he throws the grenade in there, and it cuts the inside, and he cut a hole in the bathroom, and it's got a stormtrooper sitting on the toilet. The grenade's like, man, what the f? Robot Chicken is the definitive Star Wars parody, if you ask me. The dude is laughing without smiling. You know he's British. Oh, and there's Leia exhibiting typical fatherless behavior. Han and Leia are like doing the exact same animation. I never realized that.
They got that like that Vogue fashion model pose thing.
Or the exaggerated swagger of an Alderanian teen. Jump on the oxygen tank.
Hey, there we go.
Make up for not get. Wait, hold on. No, did we get mini kits in the last level? I cannot remember.
We got a couple of mini kits. We got like 2 or 3, but not like a lot. Am I doing it the right way? Let's. Nope. Okay.
No, it's okay. Here we go. I got it. Okay, I think only one of us can push it.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll push it.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I thought you were the one who's.
I
like,
didn't know. We are not on the same wavelength.
No.
I think it shows sometimes.
And sometimes the autism gets in sync, but then sometimes nah.
Sometimes the autism gets in sync. Sometimes you sink into autism. So, like when they were excavating this base, did they just like find these corpses and decided not to desecrate them and just leave them as wall decorations, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Are these
There's
some
like
Imperial primitive?
there's like this one goth rebel who was like scouting locations, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, authentic dead people cadaver, yes, absolutely, keep it there."
Very telling that you chose to make the goth rebel. You specifically said she. I know what kind of man you are.
I'm not trying to hide it. One of those scenes that's forever embedded in my brain from the Tartakovsky Clone Wars is the scene where 3PO finally gets gold plating. You know the one I'm talking about?
Oh, I know exactly the one you're talking
Right.
about. Whenever 3PO made a thirst trap at it.
It pretty much, yeah. And I know it's played for laughs, but I genuinely am like, who thought of this? Like, who was like, yeah, try and make it look like 3PO's just like a flasher or something. I'm like, okay, that's just weird.
Nah, Gindi was cooking with that one. That man has made Samurai Jack, Symbiotic Titan. He knows cinema. That was cinema. Alright, 3PO, get on the snowmobile catapult. When we inevitably go to war with Canada, this is the weapon they will use.
Just a polite gold-plated robot who's sassy.
Oh my. I always thought these falling doors were so cool. Also, underrated. You know, there's like certain sound effects that like you hear,
Yeah.
and they're just ingrained in your head. That trapdoor falling sound effect is one of them for me.
You know what? That's fair. It's a pretty good one. I genuinely think sometimes sound design does not get enough praise when it comes to certain projects like these.
I gotta say, now don't get me wrong, I understand the whole it's a kid's game thing, but think about the logistics of what we're looking at right here. Okay, in order to open up this door, we're gonna have pressure plates sat on a pillar, just a very loose sheet of ice. We're also presumably gonna run the electronics through the ice, so hopefully they don't heat up and melt said sheet of ice.
Right,
And
right.
yeah, that's how you get to the door to the escape hangar if we were ever under attack.
This was not OSHA certified.
Very fitting that the place where your money is worth double its amount is in the hospital bay.
The American healthcare system, ladies and gentlemen.
Your money isn't worth double here. No, the price is increased by double. Now, these tauntauns are coming out of their cage, and they're doing just fine.
I was about to do the same thing.
Gotta do some car maintenance before we can actually take off. Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a second. When Han lands...
Does he just face plant on there every time?
Yeah, he just face plants.
What the?
You know what? Screw it. I know I said this last video. Shinji, get in the Falcon. We are not sticking around for any more tomfoolery.
Or
This
shenanigans.
thing is falling apart at the seams. You know Han bought this when he was 16 years old, and the guy said it does no air conditioning. Once again,
Absolutely.
Princess Leia, fatherless behavior.
The
Speaking
moment the
of,
lights
there's Vader.
shut off for a second, just boom.
I love how we're assigning all the blame to Leia, and none of it to Han, who's probably the one initiating most of it.
We're gamers. We've never talked to real women. The friends that I had growing up, they were obsessed with Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. So we regularly, whenever we got together, would get these like makeshift cloak things that they made, and put them on, and we would just like go through and like act out like Lord of the Rings.
That's funny you say that, because we did the exact same thing, except my friend had a plastic sword that for some reason reflected, whenever the light reflected off of it, it looked blue.
Really?
So, yes, so we always made him be Frodo, and I was always Aragorn.
Dope.
Which meant that 90% of us playing was me telling him to like run away and hide, and then him like hiding somewhere on the playground, and I would just be fighting off invisible orcs. Meanwhile, he would be doing nothing.
Nice. Nice.
I was kind of a jerk. Oh my freaking goodness, these turrets!
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Thank you. Okay, get all the money you can, because we got nothing, because we were dying every 3 seconds.
Right.
I did not remember the turrets being that annoying. Let's just go hide in the field of potatoes and tennis shoes.
Yeah,
because that's what the asteroids are made out of in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, you can actually. I know a lot of them were like paper mache over potatoes, but I'm like 90% sure. I have not seen it for myself. Whenever I watched the movies, it might have gotten patched out.
Right.
But I think in the original cut, you could like straight up just see like a Nike tennis shoe flying across the scene in one of those shots, like out the Falcon's front
That is
window.
so cool.
Might have not been a Nike. It was probably, yeah, because I've been like in the 70s. It was probably just some other brand of shoe.
No, I mean, Nikes were around in the 70s.
Yeah, but like not. They wouldn't have been buying them to use as props.
Fair
or
enough.
If someone was buying a Nike to use it as a prop Asteroid, they were probably a psychopath.
Yeah, fair
The type
enough.
of person who would write a line like, I don't like sand, that kind of crazy. Alright, I think we have more than enough to blow this up. Unless the game just decides that it doesn't. Nope, there we go.
Here we are.
Sometimes the game does not like me in that section, and it just refuses to pick up my torpedoes.
Also, why are these TIE fighters like highlighted in blue? Like, not that I mind.
Because, so yeah, that's classic Lego. You'll see this especially with a lot of the early Lego Star Wars sets. Because, you know, pretty much everything in Star Wars is some variation of gray.
Right.
At least the starships. So to try and offset that, they put a whole bunch of like dark blue on the Imperial ships, so that it had some semblance of color. A lot of those early, there's so many of those early Star Wars sets I really want to get.
Right.
And they just have little cool details in them, but they're like, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars now, because wouldn't you know it, buying Lego sets and reselling them has outperformed the stock market every single time for the past like 25 years.
Holy crap.
I'm not even kidding. That's like a real statistic. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. Look, okay. Look at, kind of fly over where I am. The ships that are crashed in here, that's actually another early Lego set. That's like one of those Lego space spaceships. Future me, throw up the picture of that set on screen. And we gotta go back.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
See what I mean? Sometimes the torpedoes do not like me, and they're just like, what if I prematurely detonate? I didn't even mean for that to sound like what it sounded like, but it's better than whenever Han Solo became a masochist. Punch it, Chewie! Alright, I need your torpedoes to take out the last bit of this space potato. Oh, shoot, you know what? We still need to get True Jedi.
Oh, hey.
Somehow I feel like we've ended up with more money somehow, looking at our numbers.
I don't know. It's Lego Star Wars, like we've discussed this before. Lego Star Wars finances are weird, okay? Like, you can die and then collect the money you dropped and somehow come out with more money.
Lego life insurance.
Right?
Actually, that's a good way of looking at it.
I guess it's like, oh, dude, you freaking ate it on that one. Here, have like a little cash. That'll pacify you.
We keep losing it somehow. Someone's dying and it's not getting picked up is what's happening. I just wish these freaking TIE fighters could leave us alone for 5 minutes.
One of your viewers has asked, do you have a favorite flavor of Pop-Tart?
Yes, I do. And it's not a flavor you can get year-round. Obviously, strawberry is a fantastic flavor and is my go-to. However, at Christmas time, they have something called the Sugar Cookie Pop-Tart. It is a Pop-Tart and instead of any sort of like fruit filling, it is just straight up like icing, like cookie icing, on top of the pastry that has the icing on it.
Huh.
It is the most delicious, diabetes-inducing Pop-Tart out there. Like, that thing will give you cancer if you eat more than 3 of them at a time. But it is so good. It is literally just a sugar cookie Pop-Tart. It's what it says on the label.
Okay, I'll have to, like, keep an eye out for that one. Do you just, like, pick it up at any grocery store, or, like, is there a specific one?
It's usually at any grocery store, but it only is out, like, around Christmas time, like from November to December.
Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out.
The time of the sugar cookie Pop-Tart is fast approaching, and I am...
Easily.
Oh, my kidneys are not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to it. Luke, I need you to go see someone. About $20 he owes me. He said he was going to buy ketamine.
Okay, Ben, but, like, you know, what about, the cost of gas? Like, it's pretty expensive out there.
Luke, you don't understand. This man is a menace to society. I saw him pick up a revolver, put on a pair of tighty-whities, and just absolutely went to town. The cover story is that the clones aired out the Jedi Temple. That is not what happened.
Who took my vape?
Oh no, he's back!
Oh,
Yoda,
God.
nicotine is bad for you. Honestly, the image of Yoda, like, lighting up a cigarette with a lightsaber kind of goes ridiculously hard.
Chico, to answer your question, is there any particular dish I really like? Yes, there is, and it's such a basic answer, but steak. I never, ever get tired of steak. It doesn't matter if I'm completely full, or whatever have you. It doesn't matter if it's like a certain cut. Like, if you're like, hey, I have some steak, do you want some? I'm like, instantly, yes. If you were asking about like a dish that I like to cook, yes, I have a Southwest chicken and rice skillet that I make. And it's pretty good, actually. Like, I'm not the best cook, but I enjoy making that one.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love steak too, and steak is probably would be in my top 3 foods of all time. However, I've already talked to you about this, Austin, but there is one dish that I love eating for no other reason than just by eating it, you piss off the widest margin of people imaginable.
Alright.
And that is a bacon double cheeseburger.
Oh, bacon double cheeseburger is dope.
Bacon double cheeseburger, man. Look, listen. Indian people worship cows. The primary ingredient is beef. Both Muslim and Jewish people cannot eat pork. Layered with bacon.
Right.
Lactose intolerant people, incapable of eating cheese. Guess what is there? In fact, you know what? I go a step further. There's one place I go, they literally put fried mozzarella sticks instead of cheese on the burger.
You need to give me the location of that place now. That sounds
Just go to any
delectable.
Logan's. Go to any Logan's and get the fried cheese bacon burger. But then to top it all off, you also tick off the gluten people because there is gluten in bread.
Fair enough, not to mention vegans.
That's true, vegans too. There is not a burger out there. Look, I joke about it sometimes. In real life, I love and respect everybody. But when I eat that hamburger, that bacon double cheeseburger, I just, better than the flavor is increased knowing that there's so many people who are incapable of eating what I'm eating.
Okay.
Due to a various amount of factors, whether voluntary or involuntary.
Okay.
There's something about that. There's something mythical about a bacon double cheeseburger. The healing power of food. Food is just such a universal human experience. No wonder MF Doom did a whole album on it. The man, the myth, the legend himself.
On my lawn you are.
This is what happens when you trespass on Yoda's lawn. Just drops a boulder on you. Now, carry me on your back, you will. But you got 2 working legs. Yes. But short minifigure legs they are. No knee joints, are there? Carry me, you must.
What's up?
Alright.
Oh.
You moved.
Dadgum.
Not true. Luke. Oh, that's right. I'm inept with the Force without Yoda on my back. That's a fun animation he's doing with his arms, though. Alright, Yoda. You've got a lightsaber. I saw you jump 20 feet in the air, but sure. I'll carry you on my back. Yeah, this is a physical representation of how the Yoda impression carries these videos.
Piggyback ride I need. Been a long time.
destroying a cabbage patch just spawns a bridge out of nowhere, so
Right.
sure.
You know. Hey, Master Yoda, wouldn't it have been a lot easier to just build your home and garden on, like, a more habitable and less jungle-ish world?
No. Jungle I need. Hide from the feds. I must. Incident at the Jedi Temple there was. Involved galaxy gas was.
Oh my gosh, Yoda, what happened?
Talk about it, you not. Like the incident in the movie Logan it is. Elderly mentor. Unspeakable horrors. You know what I'm talking about, you do.
Right.
Oh,
Well, what
and
the?
he... Did you have to... Yo... Not only did he jump 50 feet in the freaking air, but then he had the audacity to walk up to me just to look me in the face and said, "Hey bro, you about to carry me on your back?"
See, now we know why Count Dooku has beef with Yoda. One too many forcible piggyback rides.
Master Yoda, I do not see how this is relevant to our training.
Necessary for if you want to be Master Jedi. Yes.
You promise you'll give me a curved lightsaber if I do this?
Yes. Anything you want. Now, piggyback time.
This really sounds like the Jedi. There should be an internal investigation into the Jedi Order.
Easily, yeah.
Misconduct by the elders of the time. Alright, while I fought off the horde of Dracula, I need you to fly in between the mushrooms and then activate this gate that I guess Yoda just had enough time on his hands to set up the electronics required for a functioning portcullis, but...
No, you see, you don't understand. This is Yoda's neighbor. And Yoda's
Yoda's
not
neighbor?
Yes, Yoda's neighbor, and he was like, I'm putting up a daggum barricade. We are not letting that crazy in here.
My neighbor Dan. Hate him, I do.
Dude,
I do distinctly remember this. The tractor.
it's
John
Dave's
Deere.
tractor.
Good brand it is. Good brand. Borrowed from my neighbor Dave, I did. Returned it. I have not. Now, into this cave you must go. A gas leak there is. See some weird things. You might.
Alright, Master Yoda, I trust you.
Bad idea that is. Yes, bad idea. In here, the gas leak is very strong. Yes, very strong. Tripping balls I am. See Darth Vader I do. Repressed trauma, this is.
I'm over here fighting for my life, and Yoda's just over there doing flips like an Alzheimer's patient.
Yeah, pretty much. Vader's
Pop
just like,
Pop a bit
"Oh,
of drill. Go into this
I-
cave, you will. Fight the Hat Man, you shall.
Alright, Vader, I'm gonna cut off your head, and your mask is gonna explode, and it's gonna be my face. My mind is gonna be absolutely... Yoda, you stole my kill, Yoda.
Sorry. Force of habit, it is.
You know, Yoda, you sure have spent a lot of time creating a lot of very intricate contraptions involving a lot of electricity here in this, very dense and moist jungle where I would not imagine any sort of electrical work is easy. How did you pull it off?
Recall this, I do not. Tripping on ketamine I have been. Build things when I'm bored.
He's actually just played a whole bunch of Minecraft and became excellent at redstone building.
Check this out. Making a working computer I did. Run Doom on it I can.
Yeah, I just realized this is kind of like, this is a Miyazaki Lego Star Wars level. It's just poison swamps.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright,
All right.
R2, open up. Oh my god, I thought the gate would open, not explode.
Whoopsies.
So I could be mistaken. Do not force push that out yet. I
right.
think Luke is unable to do this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's the only character who cannot lift it. So even if you come back in free play, if you use this specific Luke Skywalker, you cannot lift that X-Wing, which means, theoretically, there is a way to soft lock yourself at this exact point.
That is interesting.
Thankfully, though, we have Yoda. Do your thing, Yoda.
Zooted out of my mind I am.
Thank you for teaching me a valuable lesson about performance-enhancing drugs, Yoda. And just regular drugs. Holy shit, is that Ben Kenobi? He's dead!
So, we've got to do Cloud City, is
We
that
have
it?
2 Cloud City levels, yes.
Okay.
We've got the Luke Skywalker Cloud City level, and then we've got the Lando Leia Cloud City level.
Nice, okay.
which is weird because chronologically,
Wouldn't it be
this
the reverse?
means exactly. So this in the movie, they specifically tested the carbon freezing chamber on Han Solo in preparation for Luke Skywalker showing up.
Right.
But in the Lego Star Wars continuity, Luke Skywalker shows up, fights with Vader, finds out he's his father, falls onto a weather vane, and then the entirety of everything that happens with Leia, Han, Padme, the carbon freezing chamber, all that.
So
while
Luke's
Luke is
just been hanging
chilling
out on a weather vane for like hours at that point.
Leia, my arms are getting very tired. I'm gonna be super swole after this though, but it hurts in the short term.
All right, there we go, buddy.
Make sure you pick up that extra money when you're over there.
I am stuck. I'm not. Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me drop out real quick.
Oh no, 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 no! Don't tell me. Don't tell me. No.
Oh.
Okay, okay. Drop out. Drop out.
Okay, okay. All right.
I'm gonna see. Nope, and I just lost us a whole bunch of money too. Crap.
Can you shoot me?
Shoot,
or
I
something?
think. No, I think we soft locked ourselves in this
crap.
level.
Okay.
Somehow. Dang. Okay.
All right. So what do we do? Just exit back to the cantina and try again?
I guess we just exit out. We do have like half of our true Jedi already. That is pretty cool.
We do.
I've learned the power of the vape pen from Master Yoda. You're no match for me, Vader.
Crap, you've been talking to that degenerate frog.
You know, he's the one who killed all those Jedi. I was the scapegoat.
Alright, claw machine time. Chat, should I drop R2-D2 right here?
Please do not.
$50,000 that I do it. I did not drop it, by the way. I did not press the button. I think there's like a time limit.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, I am sorry. I did not mean to drop you into the bottomless chasm.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We need a stormtrooper helmet. You know what I dislike about this particular Luke Skywalker outfit?
I think
Or
I
at
know.
least this minifigure form? Yeah.
It just looks like he's
Especially
running
with the
around in
helmet on.
brown boxers. Yeah.
Exactly. He's running around in brown boxers. Like, who decided to put this man in a flesh-colored jumpsuit? Like, April O'Neil yellow, I could deal with, but... Caucasian? Nah. Doesn't really work. I saw Master Obi-Wan wear this in the Clone Wars one time. He had a clone trooper helmet on. It was peak Star Wars, man. Vader
It's
thinks
over,
he can
Luke.
run and hide.
I have the high ground.
Wait a minute. Ben told me about this. He said you went out like a punk in a bunch of lava. I'm not falling for that trick.
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. My own son turned against me.
Your own what? Well, Vader thinks he has us cornered, but we have a special weapon. That's right. Air imported from China. Breathe in that Hong Kong pollution, Vader.
No!
R2, hit him with the asthma attack. Let's start calling you Darth Inhaler.
Luke, I learned this one while studying under the Demon King Ganondorf.
Dead man's volley, he called it. This is just the Ocarina of Time final fight.
I've never
With a
played
lightsaber.
the Ocarina of Time final fight, so I will just take your word for it on that one.
You've never gotten to the final fight of Ocarina of Time? I thought you played that game growing up.
No, dude, I did not play that game growing up, but my sister and younger brother are avid fans of it, and just whenever they get stuck on a thing, they'll just kind of like call me in to help, and so I do that a little bit here and there, so I've seen
I
pieces
see.
of it, but I have not like finished the game by any measure.
Well, just know that the final fight of Ocarina of Time, and largely any Legend of Zelda game where you fight Ganondorf, involves a dead man's volley where you just, like, deflect a lightning bolt back and forth.
Nice.
And the best part is, you could use your sword, but 9 times out of 10, you can also just use a bottle to reflect whatever, like, power back at him. Dude, the Zelda series is goated beyond belief.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
You know
Let's
who
get it.
else has to be taught a lesson, Luke? Oh, I'm not saying it yet.
Oh wow, I thought you were about to fall into a pit and die.
I felt like that for a second there, but I'm glad I was wrong.
You know who else is wrong, Luke? Just you wait, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, but not yet, not yet.
And frick you, Vader.
You know who else gets fricked? Oh, just you wait, Luke. Just you wait. You know who else got defeated by me, Darth Vader? Well, for one, your right hand. But that's not all. Check it out, Luke. I f***ed your mom.
No, no, that's not true.
It is possible. Do you know how many dad jokes I've been... Just the mere mention of dad jokes and he's gone. He's out of here.
That was a close one. I almost had to endure some cringy dad jokes.
Well, instead you had to... Instead you got your crotch destroyed as well as falling through a Looney Tunes trapdoor. Enjoy sitting on that weather vane while we finish the last level. So at the trivia that I mentioned before when I went to like the Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings trivia, not only was I the only person who'd seen Lord of the Rings, we had someone who like kind of knew Star Wars but did not really know Star Wars.
Really?
And this guy was like, oh, what's the name of that place? And I'm like, what place? And he said, you know that city that's in the clouds? I thought he was doing a bit until I looked at him and I said, you mean Cloud City? And the expression on his face.
Oh my.
And that was when I first realized this is kind of a dumb name for a place. Also, to try and explain who Lando Calrissian was, I said, imagine like if an Elvis impersonator worked in government. See, in this version of the story, Vader just froze Han and Carbonite purely out of spite for trying to shoot at him at like the family get-together.
I mean, honestly, kind of same. Yeah, I'd do that. Like, you know, I just prepared this nice meal. I wanted to surprise you and be all cool, and this jerk just whips a gun out and tries to shoot me like the second he sees me. Like, freaking rude.
Once again, no reason for Vader to freeze Han and Carbonite, because the entire point of him doing that was to test it. To see if Luke would even survive the process. But I was in the middle of a joke and you just decided to kill me. For no reason. Hurts, man.
Well, do you know what else hurts? When your best buddy's turned into an ice cube.
It's not on me, Chewbacca, I swear. I'm cool now. I'm played by Billy D. Williams. I hold my gun sideways in the Lego game whenever I jump and shoot. But I can shoot Boba Fett out of the sky because I'm Billy D. Williams. I have come back to play Lando Calrissian virtually every time that the characters appeared in any sort of medium. Except for Star Wars Outlaws.
Is he in Star Wars Outlaws?
Dude, I knew he was going to be in it, but Lando is in Star Wars Outlaws. And he's just like in a little side role. I was just glad to see him. Until he opened his mouth and someone who was not Billy D. Williams started talking. And it wasn't even like whenever Donald Glover played Lando and he did a Billy D. impression. This just sounded like a guy talking. And it was really hard because, again, he has played Lando in everything from video games to TV shows to even Robot Chicken. I haven't made a video on it because it's kind of not a game that really works to make a video on, at least the style of videos I do.
Right.
It's a good game. Like, it's easily like a 7 out of 10. It's not fantastic, but I've had a lot of fun with it and can like sit down and sink a couple hours into it at a time without getting bored.
Right.
Yeah, try Star Wars Outlaws. Not that bad. Actually quite enjoyable. And look at this walk animation on this man. This is great.
That's hilarious.
I'm crip walking, Han. That was such a cool set. The original Boba Fett Slave 1.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's why they say fasten your seatbelts, keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle, otherwise you will fall out. Dude, all of Lando's walk animations have so much, like, just swagger in them. I'm walking in the wrong direction. I don't care. You just feel compelled to follow me.
Darn right.
I completely forgot. I think I got this. Let me look.
Okay.
Chewbacca carrying C-3PO. On.
Oh, heck yeah.
The C-3PO paradox. Is this the original C-3PO or is it a completely new C-3PO?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I don't know.
At the very least, he needs to come face to face with his own mortality because he'll be walking behind a giant. Bigfoot is literally carrying his mangled corpse on his back. That does things to you, man.
Oh yeah, Chewbacca with the drip. Stormtroopers and 3POs, beware. Alright, I'm about to kill all these civilians.
Chewbacca committing war crimes. Well, yeah, I do kind of like how, like, the new Skywalker Saga, and I think whatever Lego Star Wars game came out before that, they did kind of, like, update the gameplay, where, like, it was more like a cover shooter.
Yeah, that was actually kind of nice.
I appreciate that there's, like, more effort that goes into it to make, like, a, you know, an actual fun game.
But you
Yeah.
can't, you can't forget, and you can't beat like just the flash and pizzazz of this game, and just where you jump and then you shoot like a flurry of blaster bolts. It's just something about it, man.
It's iconic.
3PO, open these doors. We are almost done with this level and this game. That'll be another episode knocked out. I'm begging you. You see, I knew one of these days I was gonna have to make a run for it on Cloud City, so I decided to hide all my riches and wealth into very expensive art decorations.
Oh, so you can sell them later on?
Yeah, something like that. You see, Chewbacca, it's called art fraud. I tell the insurance company that I don't want to lose my precious pieces of wall decor. A strange gas fire breaks out. No one's to blame outside of just some freak accident. I get the insurance payout. That's right, Chewbacca. Whenever you gamble, you can only lose 100% of what you put down, but you can gain an infinite amount. So this is just where all like the excess fog went after we used it to kill Vader in the last level. You see, Chewbacca, 90% of gamblers quit right before they hit it big. That's what happened. I decided to call it quits right whenever I lost the Falcon. I could have won it back from Han. That's why I decided to buy Space Vegas here. It is kind of wild that the movies make it very clear that the only reason Lando became the de facto governor of this, like, this world, this is a, like, functioning planet where people live.
Right.
And their election system was literally held because a guy just happened to get, like, a winning hand at blackjack.
What do you mean, Democratic and Republican parties? Nah, just gamble for it.
Don't you know that Democratic elections are so last year? We just play Texas Hold'em. These stormtroopers don't realize that I stay strapped. Not only with this, but a freaking rocket launcher.
Imagine.
And tell that to the rest of your ATF buddies if they ever come looking to collect taxes on this place.
Played the franchise or anything, but does he have like a black eye?
Yeah, that's what I realized. Like, what's with the black ring about around his eye?
Like Vader in the middle of fighting him was like, I'm gonna play a little prank here, make him look like he's got a monocle. Just give me my little.
So funny. I'm going to dip the end of this telescope in black ink. That way, whenever he looks out trying to find someone to save him from falling into the endless abyss of the planet, being crushed by the millions of pounds of gravitational force, it'll look like he has a monocle on. No, you see, Leia, I'll literally be Big Boss whenever I get my fake arm. You're gonna love it, Leia. I got so many... Put so many vibration settings on it.
Oh, please stop.
Oh, they didn't put Lando in Han's outfit. That's still so weird. Like in the movie, he's wearing Han Solo's outfit. I know everyone knows that at this point, but still.
Right.
Also, there's being handsy, and then there's what's
Whatever
going
this
on
is.
here. I'm telling you, R2, I didn't mean to grope you. That was my robotic hand. I'm telling you, R2, there ain't no party like a Diddy party. I'm not gonna lie, for as much as I said how I thought this was my least favorite of the of the original trilogy levels in this game, I actually had a lot of fun playing through these today.
I think maybe the levels were just a little more intuitive, or just a little shorter. Or perhaps we were just kind of like feeling it a little more this time. I don't know.
Speaking of shorter levels, we do also have to start buying the bounty hunter so that we can play the bounty hunter missions in this game.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. In fact, let's go do that now.
Let's just go through yes or no. Greedo, yes or no? We're buying him now or later? Nah, yeah,
later.
I'm not feeling Greedo. Oh, never mind. They're still locked. I thought you unlocked them after, Yeah, this is kind of awkward now. Greedo, I know we passed you up, but I think we're gonna end up taking you. You
Sorry
are a
about
third
that,
round
buddy.
draft pick, but we'll go with you now. Return of the Jedi is gonna make or break, and like while there's some good levels, like the final Palpatine duel, there's also the speeder bike level.
That's true.
In the meantime, though, we're gonna leave y'all here with the Disco Droid and then Walter White Yoda, and we will see you guys in the next one.
See ya.
Bye bye.